Hello, welcome back to the Paris newsroom here at France 24. It's time now for us to take a look at what's making the headlines in the French newspapers, and joining us for that is Caterina Vitozzi. Hi there, Caterina.
Hello.
Now, Syria is never far away from the front pages, is it? And that's definitely the case again today, with a very striking photo on the front of L'Humanité.
Yeah, here we have, as you say, the front cover of L'Humanité today. Like so many of the pictures we get from Syria, it's looks like it's been taken from a mobile phone or some sort of amateur picture. Aleppo under the bombs. This is the third week of this intense battle that's been raging in the northern city. And L'Humanité say that, you know, it's been since yesterday afternoon in particular, a really fierce clash between the 6,000 rebels and the 20,000 government troops who are in that northern city.
Yeah, now, very much back and forth, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. And in fact, L'Humanité, they go on to, they've had an interview today with Michel Quilot, a long-standing opponent of the Syrian regime. And he says this is really such a crucial battle. You know, the stakes here, this is it. This is make or break for both sides, really. Why that is, you know, if the Free Syrian Army lose the Battle of Aleppo, he goes to say, you know, how could they then go on to win a battle in Damascus? So this is really, really make or break for them. And he said if they lose, it would be catastrophic. Those are the words he uses in the interview he gives to L'Humanité. He was also asked by the paper about foreign intervention, and he believes that the rebels on the ground, they know that they're alone. He says they're not expecting any help, and so, you know, even they realise how high the stakes are in this particular battle.
Absolutely. This is, of course, Syria's biggest city, its economic capital.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking about foreign intervention in Syria, particularly France's involvement, that's something that the former president, Nicolas Sarkozy, has been talking about. And there's a lot of reaction in today's papers to what he's been saying.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been fairly quiet since he sort of slipped out of the limelight. But as we can see here, back on the front page of Le Parisien, Sarkozy sparking a debate. This was on Tuesday night. He released a communiqué, a public statement, saying that he felt foreign intervention had to be pushed now towards Syria. There needed to be that international intervention. He said, you know, look what I did in Libya. Look how I led the charge there and really led that NATO intervention in Libya. He doesn't sort of explicitly criticise the French government, but of course within that there's some implicit criticism.
He's sort of saying, I would do it differently.
I would do it differently, but also I've done it before. Why can't you guys do it?
Very different situation though, Libya and Syria, isn't it?
Well, exactly. That's exactly the point that's been made by a number of French newspapers who have been saying that you can't compare the two different sort of power structures. In Syria, you've got a very solid president surrounded by a very supportive, well, as we're seeing increasingly perhaps not the case, but to start with, a very supportive power structure. And inside the Le Parisien, there's an interview with Laurent Fabius, the French foreign minister, who says this isn't really what we'd expect from a former president, so very much a keep out.
Sort of putting him back in his box a little bit there from Laurent Fabius. OK, well, we'll stick with the Parisien. And we've got a follow-up story on the Toulouse shootings earlier this year. Of course, that incident that really shocked the whole of France. Mohamed Merah, the gunman. Some more information coming out about him.
Yeah, exactly. This is, I'll just recap the story of 23-year-old gunman from Toulouse who killed 7 people over a period of 8 days in March this year. The paper talks about what these declassified documents say. This is information from the French Interior Intelligence Agency, who say that from 2009 they had Merah on their radar. They had sensed that he was close to a group of radical Islamists. They charged him all the way until December 2011. Some questions now about why wasn't this intelligence able to be implemented to prevent those tragic deaths?
Yeah, I'm sure the families of the victims will be very interested to read that information.
Yeah, definitely.
OK, thanks very much, Caterina Vitozzi there with our daily roundup of what's making the news in the French newspapers.